Today we are going to learn the crochet method of small two-headed roses or two-headed rose. The one on the left is the larger bud. The one on the right is the small one. So let's start with the small bud. Start by tying a slip knot with the end of thread. Crochet into the loop. Pull it tight. The little finger is 1D turn. Thread it through the backs of our hands. Use your middle finger and thumb. Pinch the end of the thread. This is the basic gesture of crochet. Next, you need to hook 23 braid pins. The braid needle is crocheted from this thread. Make an oblique circle behind you. And then you take the front end. Pull it out of the loop behind this one. That's a V. A V counts as a braid pin. We're going to repeat this process for 23 braid pins. Let me do it one more time. Crochet from the oblique background. Use the front wire snare to pull out the back coil. Now I have 2 V's. Once again. V, 4 V, 5 V, 6 幅 7、8、23 braid pins have been cut. Then the crochet goes around again first. Let's count the 4th V from the last. 2, 3. This is the 4th V from the last. We're on the left of the 4th V from the last. The needle. The crochet is wound again. Bring out the previous coil wire. There are 3 coils on our crochet hook. The crochet went unwinding. Take out the first 2 coils. Take out the last 2 coils by winding them again. This is a long needle. We need to repeat this 3 times. Take out the first 2 coils first. Bring the last 2. This is a long needle. Let's hook the last long needle. In the next order of needles, the left side of the V picks it up. Loop the crochet once. 1 pass through. This is a short needle. A blank stitch is the next V here. No hooks. Let's go to the back one. Let's go around again. Repeat the hook with the long needle. A crochet loop is brought out of the first and the last 2 coils. Insert the needle into the same needle. Alright, this needle has now hooked 3 long needles later. Continue to hook a short needle into the next needle. The short needle is hooked and go onto the second needle at the back. A crochet hook is wound first. Continue to hook some long needles. When you finish the last curve, there's only one needle left. Let's hook him a short needle. Now let's count how many of these arcs we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 of these arcs. Now to continue. Raise 2 braid pins. The crochet thread is worn out. Bring it out again. Now 2 braid pins later. Flip the weave. We hook the line from right to left. Crochet winding. Insert the needle in the needle line closest to us. This time it went through you 1. You can see we're picking a V. This is a complete order of needles. Let's go ahead and hook a long needle. Take the first 2 coils and then the last 2 coils. The next needle is a long needle and a needle. To add a needle means to hook the same hole twice at a time. Once again. After a tick, crochet winding. Continue to hook a long needle in the next needle line. Continue with 2 braid pins. In the next order of needles, hook a short needle. Direct out 2 coils at once. Then go on and repeat with 2 more braids. Crochet winding, a long needle in the next needle. With long needle. So we're going to take this hole twice. The next needle was another long needle. Hook 2 braid pins after the long needle. The next needle goes in, a short needle. That's the way it works. We're going to keep repeating to get the rest of the petals. These petals that we hook, you can see the arc is the edge of arrows. Continue with 2 lock pins. Then hook a long needle. With long needle. Then the long needle again. Then 2 braids of needles. A short needle. 2 braids needle. A long needle. With long needle. Long needle. The last one is a short needle. When you're done, we do this connection. We're going to need glitter. Wrap it around the flower pole. It's ready to form a rose. Now let's learn how to crochet a big rose. Tie a slip knot with this thread. Pinky pick up our string and wrap it around. Take the thread from the back of our hand. Through the middle finger and thumb, pinch the end of the thread. To carry out the braid needle, crochet from the rear. With V like this, it's a braid pin. Large roses require 33 braid pins. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's go back to the second V. Hook 32 short pins. The one closest to us is the first V. And then on here, this is the second to last V. Use crochet. I'm going to pick the left side of this V. The crochet is wound from the back and brought out. On again. This is a short needle. Pick his left in the next needle. And then winding it out. We need to weave the rest into pieces. Hook a whole row of these short needles. After we've all hooked the short needles in a row, next up are 5 braid pins. It's the same way you put the needle. 1 V, 2 V, 3 V's, 4 V's, 5 V's, and then we rotate this weave. We just started with the right tick to the left, so now we continue to tick from the right to the left. The crochet is wound first. In the nearest to their own, insert the needle at the position of the first draws 2 lines. This counts as a complete order. Then we wind the thread to bring out the hook needle. Rotate A. Empty 2 needles. This is the first order of needles. Third. Insert the needle at the third point. It's still a full V. Finish long needle. And then we start with 2 braid pins. Wind the wire again. In this needle line we put the needle in. Hook another long needle. And then we go around again, still 2 empty needle orders. Insert the needle at the third point. And then 2 braids. 1 more long needle. Did you find the pattern of the cycle? That is, we wind the wire first. Keep the first 2 needle orders. Insert the needle at the third point. First hook a long needle. Then hook 2 braids. Hook a long needle in the same hole. Repeat. Continue to empty 2 needles. Hook needle. 2 braids. Hook another long needle. Repeat in this manner. Finish the remaining pieces. The last order of needles is all crocheted. Next we flip the weave again. Raise a braid pin. Crochet winding. Now you can see our weave. 2 rows of holes formed. So this is the first row of holes. That's the second row of holes. We're in the hole in the front row. This is a slightly larger hole. Hook 6 long needles. A crochet hook must be wound first. Take the first 2 coils and then the last 2 coils. Let's count if it's 6 long needles. We're still counting V on the side. First, second, third, fourth. The fifth can be counted like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After you count them, you have 6 long needles. You can see ours now. The bottom left of the crochet. And here's a slightly smaller one, which is this smaller hole in the second row. We are into the needle. Perform a pull out. Go through this hole. Crochet. Go around the back to the front and bring it out. Now we crochet. Use the front wire snare to pull out the back coil. This is a pull. Continue to repeat. Back in the front row again. The big hole is here. Hook 6 long needles. Three, 4, 5, 6 long needles later. To the second row. This is along here in this little hole on the lower left. Insert the needle, and then a front one takes the back one out. This completes one more pull, and then repeat. Back to this big hole in the front row. Repeat with 6 long stitches. In the lower left corner, lead pull. The front leads out the back. Just repeat it. Finish the remaining pieces. Once you're done, you can disconnect. Let's learn how to crochet leaves. Make a slip knot from the end of the thread. Hook 12 braid pins. Once the 12 braid pins are up, take out the wire. The wire can be. The leaves are slightly longer than the leaves. The wire must be placed at the top of the wire, so you can wrap it inside. This is the first V. Let's go back to the second to last V and insert the needle. Hook a short needle. Crochet winding. Hook a medium to long needle in the next needle order. So there were 3 coils on the crochet hook. The crochet hook is wound again. Take out all coils at once. The crochet hook is wound again. Insert the needle into the next needle. Hook needle. Long needles are the first 2 and then the last 2. The next needle is still a long needle. We can see where the line has crossed. The wire was almost hidden inside, out of sight. The next needle order is the crochet hook was wound twice, like a hook and a needle. Crochet through the first 2 coils in turn. Around 2 times. In the next needle, crochet 1 by 1 out of the first 2 coils. Once again, we're going to hook 3 of these long needles. The crochet hook is wound once after the long needle is hooked. In the next needle, hook needle. Next, a medium long needle, crochet winding. 3 coil, crochet out all the coils at once. The next needle order is a long needle. Now you can see we're down to the last needle order. For the last needle we draw. Use the front wire snare to pull out the back coil. This is a pull, another braid pin. In our last hole, make 1 more pull out, from front to back. Next, we rotate the weave. Put it sideways. We just hooked the left side of the braid pin. Now I'm going to check the top part, the right side of the leaf. Let's take this weave. Give it a lift on the right. Hook a short symmetrical needle. Crochet winding. Take out all coils at once. This is a medium to long needle. Winding the thread, the next needle hooks a long needle. Next are 3 long needles. A crochet hook is wound twice. Then take out the first 2 coils in turn. There was 1 last long needle left. Well, when we're halfway there, you can cut off this thread in the back. Next are 2 long needles. Long needles only need to be wound once. Then the medium and long needle. Crochet through 3 coils at a time. The last order of needles is the hook short needle. We're going to take this leaf close from head to tail. So we're going to go back to the first V. Lead to pull out. From front to back. E needle lock again. I'll do it this way. Hook some of these blades. Finally, we look at the receptacle. What we're going to use for the receptacle is a ring lift. Hook the line with your pinky through the backs of our hands to the point of our elbow. Make a circle around your index finger. Hold it down with your thumb. Crochet. Cross the gap between the line and the finger. Take the leftmost line, the first line. Hook it up and pull out the back line. Let's do it again. Crochet. Go around the back of the line. Set out again. Hook a braid pin. The crochet is wound again. Hook a long needle. Enter the needle from this finger position. Crochet from the rear. Put it in a loop. Now there are 3 coils on the crochet hook. Keep the crochet wound one more time. Go through all the coils at once. This is a medium to long needle. Now we can remove the ring. Use your middle finger and thumb. Pinch the leftmost end. Repeat with the long needle. You need 10小时 hooks. Crochet winding. It goes through the loop. Loop it one more time and bring it out. There are now 3 coils on the crochet. Around again. Go through all the coils at once. The 2 long and medium needles are still hooked. Counting V on this side. Now we have 2 V's. Around again. Take out 3 coils at a time. This is the 4th medium long needle. The 5th. 6th. The 7th. 8th. 9th. The 10th. Then pull this thread out and pull him. And find the position of the first V. The first V. The crochet is wound and brought out for the pull out is the front line. Pull out the back line. This is a pull. Then we lock a needle. Next, we're going to hook 5 braid pins. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Let's go back to the left of the penultimate V. First hook a puller, so this one in the front pulls out this one in the back. Insert the needle into the next needle. Hook a short needle. Crochet winding. Insert the needle into the next needle. Crochet stitch out at one time. 3 coil. Around again. The last one is a long needle. Go through the first 2 coils, and then through the last 2 coils. So now we have 2 empty needles. At the 3rd pin position, lead to pull out. Lock a stitch and continue to repeat the hook for 5 braids. 2, 3, 4, 5. Go back to the left of the second to last V. Draw the needle first. Hook a short needle in the next needle line. Hook another medium to long needle. Finally, a long needle. 2 more needles empty. This is an order of needles. These 2, this is where the 3rd pin is. The needle drawing. Lock in needle. And then 5 lock pins. Lead first pull. Then a short needle. Then the medium and long needle. Finally, a long needle. Again, skip the first 2 needle orders. Draw in the 3rd needle. The last one. We still need the lead. Our flower jaw. The piece is already crocheted. We are little roses with 2 heads, so you need to tick both in the same way. When you're done with the flower Make jaw,
the
thread a little longer. We'll go around this pole in a minute. Cut off the short strand. Then crochet through this line that I just cut. Let's wrap it around. Finally, it's time for our assembly. You can find small household pliers. Take this end of the stick. Bend it a little bit. Take out the big one. The point glue. Take this thread. Keep him in this position. Our flower rose need. Let's fix it on this one end of a woven piece. We glue, just paint it on the bottom row. Never apply glue around the petals. Just drop it all the way onto the pole. As we go around, make sure each petal is as high as possible. It doesn't look good if it goes too far down. Above the last petal, the point glue fixed. And then we have take out this little underline of this calyx draw. We will be. The flower pole goes through the circle. Here's what we need to notice. One side of the flower jaw is relatively beautiful. You can see
One
the
side
texture
is
like this. The less attractive ones are the ones facing inward.
Hiding side.
What looks good needs to show. Let's adjust the position. This is the last connection. It needs the calyx to hold it together. Cover the tracks. This line coming out of the bottom, I just kept going around this pole. Just drop it around. One thing to be careful about when we're winding next to the bottom of the calyx. You can go around it a few times.
Make him a little thicker.
As far down as you can go. All it takes is one lap. This gives him a thickness change. about 6 to 8 centimeters in length. Then you can apply a little more glue. Fix the thread. In case we let go of him later. Let's put the flower aside for a moment. Let's wrap this leaf on a little bit. We haven't hidden the wire down here. Let's assemble the leaves first. Wrap it around to about 2 centimeters or less. I can break it. When we were going around, this is a little bit longer. You can add in what you just went around. The other leaves. Combine it in one bar. And then we just keep winding. Take the leaves that you just assembled. Place it above the line. Wrap it around. Apply a little more glue as appropriate. Give him a little reinforcement. And then we take a relative. It's a fine piece of wire. It can be folded in half. The method is the same. It is also the wire. Weave pieces around this. Be assembled. Take out the other receptacle. The nice side is still facing out. Here's what we need to notice. The two roses trying out to be the same height. One a little lower, one a little higher. And then we add the leaves. After a few laps, add some glue to fix it. Has been rotating. The rest of all parts of the flower rod are round ones. I'm definitely going to put some more glue on the end to keep it from coming off. Adjust the blade again. The two-headed little rose is done.